A lead turn is one that is started before you pass the bandit. It decreases aspect and heading crossing angle before passing the bandit's 3-9 line, therefore creating a large angular advantage. There are two types of lead turn. You can do it with turning room, or you can do it without turning room. It's important to note that lead turns are performed in any plane of motion. If you need to review what turning room is, you can look at BFM lesson number 3. If you're performing a lead turn with turning room, it's important to understand what your turn radius will be based on your performance, because this helps you estimate the amount of turning room you need to perform the lead turn. If you misjudge the amount of turning room that's required, this may cause you to be at a disadvantage. So now we'll look at some examples of performing a lead turn using turning room. So here we're going to perform a lead turn against this bandit who's going to be unaware of us, and we're going to do this turn in the horizontal. So now we've got some closure with our turning room. We can begin our turn before we reach him. We're going to try and maintain sight, so you can put him just at the tip of the nose. You can increase the G as we come back around, and then you'll finish with a large angular advantage and hopefully in range for a shot. To perform a lead turn with turning room, you need to begin it at a range that allows you to complete it with an angular advantage. So you need to consider your turn radius and how much turning room you will need based on turn performance. With higher turn performance, you can begin a lead turn later and with less turning room. This will reduce the time a bandit has to recognize what you're doing and to counter it. If you've got lower turn performance, your lead turn will need to begin earlier. So here we're going to perform a lead turn that utilizes both horizontal and vertical turning room. As you can see, we're underneath the bandit with an offset. So we want to begin our turn and climb nice and early, this way we don't get a lot of separation between us when we finish the turn. So our goal again, getting nice and close with a good angular advantage and in range for a gunshot. Essentially what we're trying to do with these lead turns is we're giving up that difficult high aspect head-on shot now for a better low aspect shot behind the bandit later on. So the earlier you begin your turn, the more advantage you're going to achieve, but this is going to bring its own problems which we'll look at in a minute. To perform a lead turn without turning room, it's important to begin the lead turn at a range that will force an overshoot if the bandit turns into you. This is not recommended if you have an airplane with worse turn performance or if you have a faster airspeed at the merge, because a higher turn radius can make you overshoot. So now we'll look at some examples of lead turns without turning room. Here we can see the bandit is head on to us, and we don't have much turning room to work with. So we're going to begin that lead turn nice and early. As he comes back into us, because he has a larger radius, he's going to be the one to overshoot, and that gives us the angular advantage, which we can use to stay offensive. For a lead turn without turning room, judging range is crucial to avoid overshooting. You want to avoid using this with worse turn performance or higher airspeeds because its success is highly dependent on your turn radius. This situation may occur if the bandit counters your own lead turn, reducing the turning room available to you. So it's important to try and maintain some out-of-plane turning room if possible. So if you plan on turning horizontal, you want to maintain some vertical turning room. Some common errors people make in a lead turn is beginning the turn too early, which will actually cause you to finish in front of the bandit. Another scenario is beginning the turn too late, which may create enough range and angles for the bandit to reverse and cause you to be the one who's going to overshoot. And another one is that you may lose tally of the bandit and not regain it. If you want to counter someone's lead turn against you, how you react depends on your relative turn performance. If you have worse turn performance, you want to take away all of the bandit's turning room by the time you merge. So this means you're going to fly by as close as possible to be above, below, or to the side of the bandit. If you have better turn performance though, you're at the liberty to fly in a way to control how much turning room you have between you and the bandit. That completes the 4th BFM lesson covering lead turns. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know by using the like button or leave a comment, and don't forget to be a subscriber and using that bell icon so you get notified of new videos when they're released.